Breaking. Princess Leonor's royal wedding dress finally revealed inside the chapel. It was a calm morning in Madrid. The world expected another quiet royal appearance. Cameras were in place, whispers filled the air, and then it happened. A single image leaked from inside the chapel. And in that moment, everything changed. Princess Leonor's wedding dress, the one shrouded in secrecy for months, was finally revealed. And no one could have imagined what it would look like. This wasn't just a gown. It was history woven into fabric, tradition, emotion, and symbolism stitched into every detail. But how did this dress come to be? And why are royal experts calling it one of the most meaningful designs in European royal history? Let's go back to where it all began. From the moment Princess Leonor was confirmed as Spain's future queen, the question of her wedding, and her dress, lingered in the minds of millions. Designers across Europe quietly dreamed of the honor. Yet only a select few even knew who had been chosen. Rumors swirled: Dior, Valentino, Carolina Herrera. But none of them came close to the truth. Because in a decision that stunned the fashion world, Leonor chose something deeply personal, a design inspired by her own mother, Queen Letizia. Sources inside Zarzuela Palace confirm that Leonor requested a gown that would speak of heritage, but whisper of the future. The moment the chapel doors opened, silence swept across the crowd. What emerged was a vision of grace. Leonor's gown glowed beneath the soft light, a blend of ivory silk and traditional Spanish lace. The bodice was fitted with hand-embroidered motifs inspired by the royal house of Bourbon, while the long cathedral veil flowed like a silver river behind her. Every detail carried a message, from the subtle cross stitched into the hem to the golden thread symbolizing the unity of Spain's royal lineage. But one secret captured the world's attention: the hidden embroidery along the inner lining of the gown. Insiders reveal that beneath the outer silk, a single phrase was stitched in delicate gold thread, words chosen by Leonor herself. For love, for duty, for Spain. It was both a vow and a legacy. The chapel itself became a stage of history. As guests turned to see her walk down the aisle, the expression on Queen Letizia's face said it all: pride, nostalgia, and emotion intertwined. King Felipe, visibly moved, was seen whispering to his daughter just before she took her steps. No microphones captured his words, but lip readers suggest he said, "Walk proudly, my queen." And yet, even amidst the beauty, there was tension. Royal watchers noticed the presence of several foreign dignitaries seated in reserved sections. Among them, representatives from Denmark, Luxembourg, and even the British royal family. Their attendance fueled speculation about future alliances, and possible rivalries, forming within Europe's young generation of royals. But for Leonor, that moment wasn't about politics. It was about love, and legacy. As the ceremony began, the light from the stained glass windows cast a radiant glow across her gown. The delicate lace shimmered with faint hints of gold, as if the very fabric had been kissed by the morning sun. It wasn't just beautiful, it was symbolic. Every inch represented her journey from a shy princess to a confident woman ready to lead her country into a new era. Fashion critics around the world reacted instantly. Vogue Spain called it a masterpiece of restraint and power. The Guardian described it as a declaration of royal identity in thread and silk. But it was People magazine that captured the sentiment best: this wasn't just a wedding dress. It was Spain itself, walking down the aisle. Yet what stunned everyone most wasn't the gown's beauty, but what followed. As the newlyweds emerged from the chapel, Leonor paused, not for the cameras, not for the crowd, but for a quiet moment beneath the Spanish flag. She bowed her head, placed her hand over her heart, and whispered a prayer. The gesture was brief, but powerful, and it left millions of viewers in tears. Behind the scenes, palace staff later revealed that Leonor had personally overseen every stage of the gown's creation. From sketch to final fitting, she met privately with artisans in Madrid and Toledo, insisting that every piece be handmade by Spanish craftsmen. The lace was sourced from Valencia, the silk from Granada, and the embroidery completed by women from Leonor's personal charity initiative, an effort to preserve Spain's royal artistry. Every stitch, every fold, every shimmer of light carried a story. And yet, another mystery lingers. Hidden within the chapel, on the altar itself, royal watchers noticed a small bouquet of white camellias, flowers rarely used in royal ceremonies. According to palace historians, the camellia represents eternal devotion and unspoken love. Was this Leonor's secret tribute to someone special? A private message, perhaps, meant for a heart beyond the public eye? The question has sparked endless debate across Europe. As the ceremony continued, the atmosphere inside the chapel grew heavy with emotion. When Leonor finally turned to face her groom, the moment became timeless. The cameras caught the faintest quiver of her lips, a mix of nerves and joy. And when they exchanged vows, the entire chapel seemed to fall silent. By the time the bells of Madrid began to ring, the world already knew this would be remembered as one of the most iconic weddings in modern royal history. But what makes it even more extraordinary is how Leonor turned a moment of royal duty into something deeply personal. Her gown wasn't just a statement of style. It was a manifesto, a declaration that the monarchy could evolve, breathe, and belong to a new generation. Today, images of the gown continue to dominate headlines, and replicas are already being designed by fashion houses worldwide. Yet, what remains unforgettable isn't the design itself, it's what it represented. Princess Leonor, once a quiet young girl standing beside her parents on palace balconies, has now stepped fully into her destiny. With every thread of that gown, she wove together her past, her love, and her future as Spain's next queen. And perhaps that's the true beauty of this moment. Not the silk, not the lace, but the courage of a young woman daring to carry the weight of a nation, and still find a way to make it her own. Because in the end, the gown was never just about the wedding. It was about transformation. About the moment a princess became a leader, one step, one vow, and one breathtaking dress at a time.